Hey everybody, it's Skinny Choctaw, and this is Overwatch. Definitely not Destiny, and it's not anything else, obviously. So this match, real quick, it's just me playing as Junkrat. This was my first, this is like my second or third game playing as Junkrat during the Overwatch beta, and I actually kind of go ham in this a little bit. So prepare for some awesome glory of some gameplay. However, I didn't even understand his full mechanics during this game either. It wasn't until like about another day's worth of play before I actually got a good hang of it. But basically, really more than anything, this is just my first thought, my initial thoughts and opinions on Overwatch and Overwatch gameplay. Going into it and going into understanding what the beta was, and a brief thought of what I was told about the game, I didn't really think of it too much. Honestly, I didn't have a whole lot of interest in it initially. There was an explanation given to me basically where it was just only PvP. There was no story mode. There was nothing. Now, that initially turned me off. I like story modes. I like having some sort of lore to the story, you know. I like having a background of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But it was like, you know what? It's a beta. It's open. It's available for a few days. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to see how I think of it, because, let's be real, it'll be nice to play something other than Destiny for just a couple of days. So, I downloaded the beta, I turned it on, and I tell you what, I got hooked very, very fast. I absolutely enjoyed this game. The fact that this is all multiplayer is actually somewhat okay with me, because in a way, it reminds me of kind of like the Unreal 3 tournament days, or Unreal Tournament 3, back when, you know, the Xbox 360 was initially being, you know, introduced, and I think it had only been out for like a year at that point. And I played that game a little bit, and I had a lot of fun with it back then. Now, my internet wasn't very good, and I was very inexperienced when it came to first-person shooters. But playing this kind of reminded me of that, and this is a whole lot of fun. There's so much going on for this game. There's multiple types of players. There's 4 different styles of play that you can have. You know, you can have a builder, a defender, a tank, and an attacker. And I think those are what they're initially called. And I'm playing as Junkrat, and he's much more of I think he's of a defender build to an extent, kind of holding back the enemy. Tons of defense systems and things like that. As you can tell, you lay down a bear trap, and you can shoot off with basically a rubber tire that explodes, and you can use that tire to, if you're kind of like under pressure, you can actually use it as a getaway, or at least get the enemy away from you. And you can also use it as like as a throwable bomb. And this right here is a super, and it's called Rip Tire. And you rip it, you spin it, and you drive it until you can find someone to explode. And it's a whole lot of fun. There's so much variety to this game. There's so many different variety of players. You know, you have some very quick players and attackers. You have these tanks like this guy right here. Takes a ton of damage. He can protect himself. You've got a couple snipers. You've got people who heal your teammates, which honestly, I didn't think I would enjoy that part of the game too much, but when I was playing the characters that could heal, it was very fun kind of doing a different dynamic of the game, or experiencing a different part of that game in a way to where I wasn't just attacking the enemy. For years now, I've always been focused on a game where I'm so focused on getting a high KD ratio, tons of kills, few deaths, and then that's it. Being a healer, you can do so much. This game alone, the reason why I do so well is because one of my friend, Full Blown Loon, as y'all have seen in other videos, was a healer. and he's constantly healing me and got my back with me. Like right now, I'm really, really weak. And I get to a point where I'm like, dude, I have 1 HP. I need health right now. I really need some health. Really, really bad. And then sure enough, he throws me an orb. I start to heal up. And just like that, I'm back in the game. And I can give more support in holding back the enemy. I got to experience more than just Junkrat though, and unfortunately, this is the only gameplay I have that I felt like that was actually worth the crap to actually watch. Most of the other gameplay that I had was just a bunch of learning, switching characters, trying things out, things like that. Not a whole lot of interesting gameplay. So I didn't feel like that y'all would really want to watch that. But I played I played almost every single character during the beta. There was a couple that I just didn't, strictly because I didn't have a whole lot of interest at the time, and honestly, I think it's great. I think it's very fun, very balanced out for now. I don't see any issues with it. I'm ready for it to come out. I see myself getting the game here at the end of the month. I don't see anything different happening. I think this game is going to be very good. I think it's going to be very successful, and I'm very, very ready to be able to experience that and see where it kind of takes us, and it takes this channel, and it kind of takes some other things, and see how the game does overall. I think a lot of people will enjoy this game. I highly suggest that y'all play it and try it out, or at least wait a couple of weeks and see what people are thinking of it, and see if it's just going to be a fad or not. Personally, I think it's going to be one of those games that's going to last quite a long time, as I am very willing to play it for a long time as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope we can put more material out like this. And as always, I'll see y'all again. Later.